Hi everyone, welcome to Caltex Academy. Today on our board we have a nice integral question here, and this is video number 3 of the series of sine substitution. So I have given the link to the first 2 videos in the description of this video. You can go ahead and watch after finishing this video. So if you're excited, come closer and let's dive into the video. Now when we look at the denominator of this integral, you realize that we have 3 terms and this is quadratic expression. So for us to use sine substitution, we need to have 2 terms only at the denominator. Now how do we obtain these 2 terms from this quadratic expression? So we have to pretend to be solving an equation using completing the square method. So let's write out this expression here and we equate to 0, pretending to be an equation, and we're solving using this method called completing the squares. Now the next thing we have to do here is for you to solve any equation using this method, we must make sure that the coefficient of the leading term here is a positive. For now we have a negative x squared. So for us to obtain this positive, we can multiply the whole of this equation by -1. Now when we expand this by multiplying with this -1, we'll obtain x squared plus 10x plus 16 equals 0. Now the next step here is to take the constant to the right hand side. So let's copy the first 2 terms, x squared plus 10x equals -16. And the third stage here is we need to obtain the half of coefficient of x, and we square, adding it to both sides. So half of 10 is 5. Now when we square, we have added to the left hand side, we also add to the right hand side, and that is 5 squared. Now we can finish this by having x squared plus 10x plus 25 equals -16 plus also 25. From the left hand side we can complete the squares by taking x and 5 from this stage down here together with the sign which is positive, and we take one of these square here, and the right hand side simplifies to +9. So we have already got our 2 terms, only that they are scattered in the 2 sides, the left hand side and the right hand side. So for us to gather them together, we need to look at this trig. Remember we had here negative x squared as our leading term, but when we expand this, of course we get a positive. So for us to get back negative, we can take the whole of this expression to the right hand side, and we are left here with 0 equals 9 minus into x plus 5 square. So at this stage, if you expand, you will exactly get back your negative x square as before from the question. Now having done this, we just need to ignore this equal sign, and 0, of course, is not part of our plan. We just created it to make our simplification of this side easier. So we can copy this solution of what we had here up, and we erase our parts here to leave us enough room to solve our question. So let's clear this off. And we start with our work. So this is equivalent to the integral of, we can start using this ruler here to get some quite organized work a little. So here we can write our 9 minus into x plus 5 close bracket square, and our numerator is having 1 So we are integrating with respect to x. So we have to make sure that we have 1 here. For now, this is 9. How do we get the 1? We just need to factor out 9 and we get 1. Let us pull out 9 here and we create a bracket such that we have 1 minus, so let's have also x plus 5 square, and this is over 9. And somebody might be wondering, why have I placed this 9 here? Let's open up this bracket. When you multiply 9 by 1, you get 9, and then 9 by this term here, the 9 from the denominator will cancel this and you get exactly back that. And that is the reason why we created this 9 here. Then we are integrating with respect to x. So the second term here, we can also study it, and it has a square number from the numerator. So the denominator is also a square number. Now we can factor out an exponent of 2, which is the power for both numerator and the denominator in our next stage here. So let's have integral of, and again we can continue with our ruler down here. So at this stage, we can see that 9 is under square root, so it is a square number. We can get this square root as 3, and we have here inside still our bracket 1 minus, so let's get a common number, x plus 5 over 3, and we pull out our exponent 2 out, such that if we distribute back, it will lead us back into what we have here. So at the numerator, we still have our 1 with respect to x. Reaching to this stage here, what we can do is to change the variables from x into some other variable of your choice, and the common one is theta. Now inside this bracket, we can move on and substitute x plus 5 over 3 with theta, and that is where sine substitution comes in here. Again, you can use cos substitution, still the same thing, and let's move on to it here. So sine theta is equals to x plus 5 over 3. Now let's remove this denominator by multiplying it through, and we have 3 sine theta equals x plus 5. So let's differentiate the left hand side with respect to theta, and we can copy our 3 here. So the derivative of sine theta is cos theta d theta, and the derivative of x is 1, and then the derivative of 5 is 0. So generally we have 1 here, dx. Now we can go ahead and make substitution in the next stage here, where first of all, let's pull out this 3. Since it is from the denominator, we can make it as 1/3, and we have an integral of, so again this is this here, now from here we have to reduce it now smaller, because we no longer have some fraction here, since the fraction is going to be replaced with sine theta. And since the fraction was squared, we will also square the sine. So we have sine square theta, and the numerator still is 1. So instead of writing dx, we know our dx is already 3 cos theta. So we have here 3 cos theta d theta. Now we have moved away from x to theta. We have just changed the variable. And you can see also that these 3 will cancel with the 3 here. Now again, from here, you realize that this denominator is exactly the same like cos theta. If you don't know how, let me have some sticker here and show you exactly how that formula comes about. So, if you have this identity sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1, we can make cos theta the subject. So when you have here cos theta, meaning we get a root of 1 minus sine square theta. So from here you can see the denominator is exactly cos theta. Now we can move on and replace our denominator with cos theta. So let's have here cos theta times, now remaining here also cos theta with respect to theta. And quickly, the cos theta from the denominator will cancel together with this cos theta. And we are left with only 1. So here we have an integral of 1 with respect to theta. So meaning we have now very easy integral to work with. So the integral of 1 with respect to theta is just theta plus our constant of integration, since it is indefinite integral. Now our solution is in terms of theta, but remember our question was in terms of x. So we can go backward one step to get back our x. And there was a relationship that links theta to x. What is that relationship? From what we have given earlier on, which was the substitution we made there before, we know that sine theta was equivalent to x plus 5 over 3. So here we need to isolate theta alone, and we can bring theta alone here by getting an inverse of this sine. So we have here sine inverse of our x plus 5 over 3, and we close that. In some books, you notice that somebody can write this in terms of arc. So if you also get something like this, it refers to the same thing as theta equals to arc sine of our expression x plus 5 over 3. So this is exactly the same like what we had here. Now feel free to take any of this version, they are all okay. And for me, I'm going with the first version up here. So finally, our theta is replaced with sine inverse of in bracket x plus 5 over 3, closing up this bracket, and we add our constant of integration, and this is exactly our solution of this question. So if you have some question or some point of clarification, please don't hesitate to drop a comment in the comment section. I'll be happy to come back and answer you right away, immediately. And if you have got some good value out of this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, hit that notification bell to get all my videos when I post them, and then share this video with friends. So with all this said, let us meet again in the next video. Peace out.